Komankalagaling, komankalagaling, komankalagaling. Komankalagaling, komankalagaling, komankalagaling. Komankalagaling, komankalagaling, komankalagaling. Komankalagaling, komankalagaling, komankalagaling. Samaila woneko, Samatela woneko, Samaila woneko, Samatela woneko, 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 Samaya, Samaya, woneko, komankalagale, Samaila woneko.
Good evening to you, our leadership, Assistant Minister for Trade and Entrepreneurship, also Member of Parliament for Sorowe North, Honorable Baratiwa Mathoothe. Tonight we are also joined by the Sorowe District Council Chairman, Honorable Jazzelle. His Worship, the Mayor for Sewer Township District Council, Ookeditse, is also here with us tonight. We are joined by the Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association Chairperson, also Founding Director of Born and Raised, Mr. Hwaba Mojakoma Yabujubilisa Hexagon. Born and Raised Directors, Mr. Molatedi Kotla and Kamogelo Madikwe. We are also joined tonight by a very special guest, indicating the global impact of the Born and Raised brand. That is the Afrofest Music Festival Canada Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Peter Toch. Peter, see me after class, I tried my best to pronounce his surname. We are also joined by the leadership in the Marketing and Communications Department of a brand that every entertainer in this country should really be supporting if you're not doing so already. Let's go shopping for our groceries, let's go shopping for our drinks, let's go shopping for everything there, because they support creatives, so therefore creatives shall support them. Thank you so much for your presence today and for your continued support. Mr. Laune Moraka, Head of Marketing and Communications at Times Cash and Carry. Good evening to you, Secretariat of Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association, and closing remarks deliverer for tonight, Mr. Vince Mosimaniwakang. Don't mind if he didn't raise his hand. He is a true soldier. He's probably somewhere in the background there making sure things are sorted. Members of the media landscape, from television, radio, newspapers, the online diaspora, including the YouTubers, the TikTokers, and the Facebook ninjas, Instagram, Ola Eita. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. I'd like to invite you, before we take our first address for tonight, to travel with me back in time. I know someone is standing by to turn the lights down low like Lauryn Hill and Bob Marley. And as soon as they turn these lights down low, I'll invite your distinguished attention to the screens on my right and my left. Please put your seatbelt on. We're traveling back in time over the past 8 years, just to remind ourselves of some of the footprints and milestones of the brand we gather to celebrate and prepare for the 9th installation of.
For 8 remarkable years, Born and Raised has been more than a music festival. It's a movement. Since its early days, it has grown into one of Botswana's most celebrated platforms for creative expression and cultural pride. Each year, the festival has raised the bar, introducing fresh energy, groundbreaking performances, and unforgettable experiences that continually reshape Botswana's entertainment landscape. It has also become a force for good, donating to primary schools, building homes, and investing in communities that inspire. This isn't just about music, it's about giving back, empowerment, and fostering real change. Now, as the festival enters its 9th edition, anticipation is building as excitement shifts to Saroe Stadium. Expect innovation, connection, and that birthday spirit that keeps evolving, yet remains deeply authentic. The journey continues, and the best is yet to come. Born and raised 9 years strong, ready for the next chapter.
Department of Mogolokwane, are you here tonight? A round of applause once again for those incredible milestones. It's a finite thing to build a brand in this beautiful country, particularly in the creative sector, and to see it make so many years. Ladies and gentlemen, before I call upon our opening speaker, there's one more thing I'd like to do. And if you've attended this festival over the past 8 years, I think you'll appreciate why I invite you to join me in this. Could you please join me in rising to acknowledge the passing of incredible artists, incredible participants that have marked their footprint in this brand, whom unfortunately, because they've been called home by Badimo and Modimo, will not be with us in December 2025, at least not physically, because they will be there spiritually. Please join me in rising for a moment of silence for ATI before we continue the program. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May our dear departed souls continue to rest in perfect peace and play their part as fierce African ancestors as we see unfolding. I don't want to take up any more of your time. You and I are going to get to know each other a little bit later, much better, after the proceedings are done. For now, I wish to receive one of my leaders for tonight, one of the men that has been a pioneer with regards to nurturing this brand into the powerhouse that it has become. Please receive at the podium to deliver the opening remarks, BNR Director, Mr. Kwaba Mujako.
Thank you so much, Jazz. I hope I'm audible enough. It's usually not easy to speak after Jazz has spoken, because this woman is quite talented, and I heavily respect the manner in which she uses the English language. That's cool. And for that very reason, I'm always excited to share the podium with her. With that said, let me recognize the distinguished guests that are before us this evening, beginning with the Assistant Minister for Trade and Entrepreneurship. He's also a Member of Parliament for Saroe North, Honorable Baratiwa Mathoothe. Saroe District Council Chairman, Honorable Atamelan Taha. Sua Township District Council, His Worship Mayor Fort Muitela. Born and raised directors in the name of as well as Kamakalo Madikwe. Afro First Music Festival Chief Executive Officer. He comes all the way from Canada to join us this evening. Very special guest that we do have here this evening. You will understand in the course of time why he's amongst us this evening. Mr. Peter Touch, Trans Head of Marketing and Communications, Mr. Lani Mukara, Secretariat at the Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association, and Mr. Vincent Msmaniwakam, Food Soldier, as you've outlined, Jazz. I haven't met a man who works as hard as this particular man. He impresses me all the time with the work that he does out at the Botswana Entertainment of Promoters Association. Members of the media, the Force Estate, you are our critical guests this evening. I'd like to recognize you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. Now, it is with great excitement and anticipation that I stand before you this evening at the unveiling of our headline sponsor for the 9th edition of the Born and Raised Music Festival, which is scheduled for December 20th at the Sorai Sports Complex. This year's festival is not just another event for us, it is a momentous occasion. The 9th edition of the festival will be a celebration of not only music and culture, but also of unity, resilience, and remembrance. Our hashtag this year, as you may already know, is a hashtag Retsamaya Honeko, carries a deep and meaningful significance. It's a tribute to ATI, an artist whose incredible energy, passion, and talent always leads up our stages and whose presence will greatly be missed this year. May his soul rest in eternal peace. We dedicate this year's festival to his legacy, and we are proud to continue celebrating the powerful influence of artists like him in our country. Thank you once again, Jazz, for that moment of silence. You are incredible at what you do, and this is why, despite the fact that in the program we did not have that, you saw its importance. We will always remember ATI. Now, as we prepare and continue preparations for this year's festival, I'm thrilled to share with you that Trans has been an incredible partner of Born and Raised for at least the past 2 years. This support has been instrumental in making the festival the success it is today. And at this very juncture, allow me to pause and recognize the arrival of the Assistant Minister of Health, Honorable Lawrence Ookeditse. Now, the Trans support has been instrumental in making the festival the success it is today, and I'm pleased to announce that this year marks 3rd year of our collaboration with Trans. On behalf of the entire Born and Raised team, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to Trans management for their unwavering commitment to supporting this festival, the creative industry, and growth of our economy. With their continued support, ladies and gentlemen, we are confident that this year's event will be bigger, better, and more unforgettable than ever before. distinguished guests, as we count down to the 9th edition, preparations are already underway. We promise an epic event as we gear up for our 10th anniversary next year. The energy will be unmatched, performances outstanding, the memories created will definitely last a lifetime. So at all our music lovers, mark your calendars. December 20th, 2025 will be a day to remember. I'm excited to share that ticket sales will commence as of October with a limited number of 80 bids tickets being availed for your purchase. So be sure to act fast, as this year's festival is expected to sell out quickly. And this is why we have made a deliberate decision to ensure that a week before the festival, there isn't going to be any tickets availed to those that may wish and want to buy tickets. So this is to urge you that as soon as we announce that the tickets have been placed where you'll be able to purchase them, there is need for you to run as quick as you can to ensure that you purchase yourself a ticket. Now, in the spirit of anticipation, we have already begun announcing some of the incredible artists that you can expect to see on stage this year. So far, we have released 4 international artists, and this namely being Mdu Masalila. You'd remember him with hits such as Tromia Bana, Sabela. We have an artist who has produced many hits that you love today. An album that is of Scorpion Kings. This would be Comes at the Spot, as well as DJ Maporisa. I'm talking ex-Derby. He's going to be part of our lineup this year. I know there was confusion as to who exactly he is, but I can tell you for a fact, chances are you knew his music, but you didn't know the actual producer of the music. So I can tell you, this is an artist to look out for. We have also secured or booked Just Work and Ookeditse. They now trade with the name Just World. And just this morning, we revealed to those that are in love with Born and Raised that Shandesh, aka Mama Shandi, aka Don Demio, is part of the lineup as well. Now, distinguished guests, at this point, I'm excited to announce, and this is to you, the media, if you want to have a story which is usually breaking for your news house or your media house, to at least on digital platforms to gather more likes. Brace yourself for this one. Drum roll, DJ, you have that? I'd like to announce that Tebe Lenyora, aka the Kwaito superstar, is also going to be part of this year's lineup. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to continue showcasing talents from across the region and beyond. Once again, to the media, with your attention, more international artists will be announced in the coming weeks, including a potential artist from North America, just as another way to demonstrate the festival's growth, versatility, and global appeal. So, I don't know if you want to guess who that artist from North America is, but I can tell you, time will tell. And once that announcement is done, you will get to realize the artist lineup that we do have for you would not be matched by any other music festival. Now, for all those looking to take home a piece of born and raised experience, we will also be launching our festival merchandise soon. In the words of the legendary late Brenda Fassie, soon and very soon, we will launch our merchandise with another local partner of a local brand that has been tried and tested. I guess if you're talking about a brand that has been tried and tested in this country, you could almost assume who exactly or which brand I'm talking about. So stay tuned for updates on our social media platforms as well as through our media partners such as DuMyFilm for all the latest information on what's to come. Now, as we move forward with preparations, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, our sponsors, our artists, our partners, for your valuable support. This festival belongs to all of us, and together we will continue to elevate the music scene in Botswana and in Southern African region. I would like to thank you once again, Management Art at Trans, for your continued partnership, and thank you to everyone who believes in the power of music, culture, and community. We cannot wait to see you at the Sores Sports Complex on December 20th, 2025. We promise you an experience you will never, ever, whatsoever forget. Tickets, I've mentioned that we're not going to be selling tickets a week before the show, but it's also important to note that we're not going to be having agents on the streets selling our tickets. Our tickets will be sold away from Trans, away from Liquor Stop, the other retail giants that are going to help us to sell our tickets, with the potential of even selling our tickets online. Something that we've only experienced with Born and Raised, only with our VIP. Now we would like to extend that to our standard tickets. We live in a digital world, so we need to move in that direction. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you once again for coming here, listening to us, and I would like to ensure you that this year's edition is going to be exciting more than ever. 20th December, Sores Sports Complex, Red Samaela, gonna go, I think.
The Born and Raised Music Festival, now preparing its 9th edition, has become more than just an entertainment event. It has grown into a vital cultural platform that unites people from across Botswana and neighboring countries such as South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. This festival, through its music, performances, and community engagement, has become a symbol for creativity, unity, potential of arts to drive economic growth. Distinguished guests, as we all know, our nation faces a critical juncture in its economic journey. With the current struggle in mining sector, it is essential for us to explore and invest in alternative sectors that can help diversify and stimulate the economy. One of the sectors that holds immense promise in this regard is the creative economy. The arts, culture, and entertainment industries are not just vehicles for expression, they are the powerful drivers of innovation, tourism, and job creation. The success of initiatives like Born and Raised and the continued support for partners as trans is a testament to the potential of this sector to contribute to a more diversified, sustainable, and inclusive economy. This is why today I stand before you with a call to action. To the private sector, we must all recognize the vital role that the business can play in nurturing and investing in the creative industries. Born and Raised is an example for all local entity that is helping to stimulate our economy through the arts. But there are countless other organizations and projects in need of support. I therefore encourage more businesses to follow trans as an example and partner with initiatives that can elevate the creative sector in Botswana. I would like to take a moment to applaud Born and Raised for their continued commitment to the community, in addition to their work in the entertainment and cultural spaces. They have also demonstrated outstanding social responsibility. Their efforts to adopt Mathoothe Primary School in Sorowe and build at least 3 houses for the needy families in villages like Pala Road, Mathoothe, and Sorowe is a shining example how business and artists can give back to the communities. Born and Raised contributions are a true reflection of the kind of leadership we need, one that balances the commercial success with social impact. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look forward for this year's festival, I want to express my heartfelt wishes for the successful event. I have no doubt that this festival will once again be a major highlight for all who attend. It is through these partnerships like this one between the private sector, government, community leaders, that we will create an ecosystem where creativity can thrive and contribute to the overall prosperity of our nation. In closing, I would like to congratulate the entire team at Born and Raised for their hard work, dedication, and continued success. I encourage all of us to support this fantastic initiative and to recognize the immense potential of this creative sector to not only entertain, but to empower, uplift, and stimulate economic growth. Hanga Lebolella, under the Economic Transformation Program, creative industry has been listed as one of the sectors that can change the economy for a whole. Let us continue to work together to make Botswana's creative industry as a thriving sector, one that contributes to our economy, diversification, and serves as a beacon of cultural pride across Southern Africa. Distinguished guests, see you at Soweto Stadium on the 10th of December 2025. Let's Amaila Konuku. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Honorable Mathoothe, this is my first opportunity to share a stage, sir, with you. I have to tell you, as one of your citizens, I am tremendously impressed by your address today, and as a creative in this country, I sincerely am satisfied that your office is in the right hands. That is our Honorable Baratiwa Mathoothe, Assistant Minister for Trade and Entrepreneurship. Guys, I know every single creative in this room definitely wants to give our Assistant Minister another round of applause for the incredible impact that he shared. But if you're watching from any of the platforms that may be live streaming today, or if you're going to be watching a video that is produced a bit later, you have just joined the press conference that is being hosted by the Born and Raised Music Festival organizing team in collaboration with an incredible, exceptional sponsor, Trans Cash and Carry. We are here with members of the media landscape to ensure that the correct news is delivered to you in good time, allowing you and I to prepare ourselves, because you did hear our Assistant Minister. He said he'll see us in Sorowe, so you and I need to make sure we make the cut for the promotional videos that will be shared at the 2026 press conference. So what happens when a 55-year-old major business invests in a home-brewed creative brand? Well, that brand is able to amplify their technical, logistical production, staff count, numerous entertainers are hired, lives are changed, and communities are empowered. But please don't take my word for it, because a representation of this exceptional, exemplary brand takes the stage very shortly to address us. Now, the last time this brand and BNR came together, 2024, towards the end of the year, they made big news headlines. I still remember, I think it was Mithi newspaper that said, Trans Cash and Carry announces sponsorship of over 1 million pula for Born and Raised. So you and I can just imagine what on earth are these guys going to tell us today. Ladies and gentlemen, to share a little bit on sponsorship, please join me in welcoming a gentleman I had the pleasure of meeting at the beginning of this evening, the Trans Head of Marketing and Communications, Mr. Laula Mokai.
Very audible. I'm more audible now. Assistant Minister of Trade and Entrepreneurship, Honorable Mathoothe. Assistant Minister of Health, Honorable Ookeditse. Soweto District Council Chairperson, Honorable Tara. Botswana Sewer Town Council Mayor, His Worship Fort Muitela. Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association Chairperson, also founding director of Born and Raised Raya Kwaba, Moja Kobo. Born and Raised fellow directors Raya Kotla and Raya Madiko. Afrofest Music Festival CEO, Mr. Peter Top. Secretariat, Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association, Mr. Distinguished guests, valued members of press, partners and stakeholders, Dumela. It's a real honor to be standing here today on behalf of Trans as we proudly announce our continued partnership with Born and Raised. This year, we saw it fit once again to partner with Born and Raised, a partnership that continues to grow stronger with every edition. What started as a collaboration has now become a beautiful relationship, one rooted in mutual respect, shared purpose, and a deep commitment to uplifting creative voices. At Trans, one of our mandates has always been clear: to support the arts and young people in any way possible. And Born and Raised continues to be one of the most exciting, authentic, impactful platforms for doing exactly that. It's more than just a music festival. It's a space where talent is discovered and where creatives are given the stage to shine. If you've been to a Born and Raised festival, you know what I'm talking about. You are there for a very long time. You don't just leave in the middle of the night. But it's a festival that, as we go into the 9th edition, I believe will be better, will be bigger, and will be so much more impactful. Like Raya Father said earlier, I think we just need to watch the space, wait for what else will be announced, wait for the additional partners who are going to be coming on board, and we just allow them the opportunity in December to wow us the way they've been wowing us for the past few years. As Trans, we are celebrating 55 years of serving Botswana this year. Trans has grown from a wholesaler to a household name trusted by people across the country. Today, Trans has 22 stores nationwide. We also own 5 jumbo stores with our newest edition in Soroe and 26 liquor store outlets, with one also in Soroe. So Soroe is very close to us, and we continue to engage with the community, and we continue to make impactful change within the community. We continue to expand our footprint though, with Pikwe set to open before the end of this year, and another store in Molepolole anticipated for early 2026. We are committed to creating more employment opportunities for Botswana, and we're committed to serving Botswana at large. Our partnership with Born and Raised aligns perfectly with the Ministry of Trade and Entrepreneurship's commitment to community involvement and upliftment. In the coming months, various roles and opportunities will be created in the events value chain, underpinning a collaborative effort towards community upliftment. The ministry additionally believes in cultivating a vibrant entertainment industry in Botswana. As was just shared here, the creative space is one of the main spaces which we believe, along with, I think, a lot of us here, is the one that's going to help to diversify the economy and to grow the country. We believe our sponsorship of events like Born and Raised directly supports that vision as shared by the ministry, the creation of jobs and engagement with SMMEs to help them grow is something Trans believes in deeply, serving as a trusted supplier to various general dealers as well as liquor restaurants in various regions across the country. This year, for the 9th edition of Born and Raised, we are proud to say that we are growing bigger and better. This year, we want to give you the best experience yet, one that not only surpasses past years, but truly resonates with the fans and the public at large and the communities which we will be impacting. We're working closely with the Born and Raised team to ensure that this year's edition is not only memorable, but it's deeply meaningful. Tickets, as was mentioned by Huaba, will be available from October. These tickets will be available at jumbo stores, Trans, and liquor store outlets across the country. So it's up to us to be the ones who go out there, buy them, support the value chain, Yonea, the creative arts. To the organizers of Born and Raised, to the organizers of Born and Raised, thank you for your vision and for your dedication. Let's continue building, inspiring, and creating spaces where the creative industry can thrive. To the artists, performers, creatives, we see you, we support you, and we can't wait to experience the magic you're about to bring to this year's stage. Let me lastly take a moment to acknowledge all of our sponsors, all of our suppliers, all of our partners who have come together to make today possible and who will continue to come together to allow us to grow as we move towards December. Thank you very much for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Laune Mokara, Trans's Head of Marketing and Communications. Haleka tsubedi security camera tsa rona di zooma sentle. Le tla le power ba dira ga se ba ntse ba santse ba dotla dishopong ka ko, as they have been for the past few years, and I'm sure you shall see some new faces. Ya ka bo mangwanatso le bo mojeso yana le bone ba tle ba le ka bosonowe ka ko ya ka ke la le tse di khitse di a ke gore ke tla go tsaya tshwezo ba go bone re la go go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering a very special moment in tonight's press conference and media cocktail. That is, you and I are automatically witnesses in making history. At this very moment, you will observe that the table that has been looking very lonely, it's a two-man table to my right, with two very familiar brands, of course, being our hosts for tonight. We shall have two representatives of both brands making their way to these two tables very shortly, and that is for the signing ceremony. So you and I are now witnesses in a moment of history. The signing of the partnership, the investment by Transcash and Carry into BNR is taking place right here. All the meetings have taken place. It's time now for the ink to go to paper. So Mr. DJ, you want to be the abon tshamekela ke soundtrack e jalo jaaka re bona bagolwane ba rona go tsaka go BNR le Trans ba ipateletsa ba go tafoleng le go saena what started off as a very promising partnership has grown and evolved into a beautiful, mutually beneficial relationship. This is very exciting, so exemplary of what is possible when brands come together for the greater good. Thank you so much, Mr. DJ. We're loving the soundtrack. Over to you. And you and I were here to witness this moment. Congratulations, Trans Passion Carry. Congratulations, Born and Raised. Congratulations, Botswana's creative sector. And congratulations to you, Botswana's entertainment events patron, who deserves a world-class experience. That is what Trans Passion Carry has made possible with the incredible guys at BNR. Well, please don't take my word for it when I talked about how you've got to invest in the community you come from. I've been having a chat with a lot of my friends who are in the media space, and they said, Jazz, we can't wait to ask questions, my friend. How do you fast forward the program? Well, here's how I'll do that. I'm going to invite someone who can tell you firsthand what they have witnessed with regards to the investment and the impact that this event has made in the community of Serowe. He's also going to be sharing some motivational remarks as we prepare ourselves for the next 2 months building up to 2025's BNR. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Serowe District Council, please join me in receiving at the podium SDC Council Chairman, Honorable Atabela Ntaha.
Mathoothe country. Assistant Minister for Trade and Entrepreneurship, also Member of Parliament, Sureno, Honorable Baratiwa Mathoothe, Brett. Assistant Minister of Health, Mr. Lawrence Ookeditse. My Secretary General. Seoul Township Council Mayor, this worship the Mayor, right so for Mitera, Bana. Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association Chairperson, also founding director of Born and Raised, Mr. Hawamuja Komo, and other directors, Mr. Monateri Khotla and Kamuhelo Mathithi. Afro-Fest Music Festival from Canada, Chief Executive Officer Mr. Peter Tosh. Trans Head of Marketing and Communications, Mr. Laone Mokara. Secretariat Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association, Mr. Vince Musimano Wakan, members of media houses, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Director of Proceedings, I'm delighted to stand before you this evening on behalf of Serowe District Council to express our deepest support for Born and Raised Music Festival, an event that has truly become a source of pride for our village Serowe, our district and our nation. Since its inception, the Born and Raised Music Festival has grown to become more than just an entertainment platform. It is a celebration of our culture, our talent, and our shared aspirations as Botswana. From the very beginning, the Serowe District Council has stood firmly behind this festival, recognizing its tremendous potential to unite our communities, stimulate local empowerment activity, boost cultural exchange, and showcase the vibrant spirit of Serowe to the rest of the country and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's edition is no exception. As a council, we remain committed to ensuring the success of this event. We will continue to provide the necessary support, including the facilitation of key permits, such as temporary alcohol permits, and we will work hand in hand with all relevant stakeholders to ensure that all safety measures are diligently implemented and adhered to. The well-being of revelers, performances, performers and service providers in our top priority, and will spare no effort in maintaining a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone. We also wish to take this opportunity to commend Born and Raised for its unwavering dedication to supporting small, medium, and micro enterprises, SMEs, and for creating meaningful opportunities for affirmative action beneficiaries over the years. Your commitment in empowering local entrepreneurs and uplifting disadvantaged groups is truly commendable, and it aligns perfectly with our district vision of inclusive growth and development. Guys, on behalf of the Sorority Council, I extended our sincere gratitude to the Born and Raised team for your hard work, your vision, and your continued partnership with our community. We are proud to walk this journey with you, and we look forward to yet another successful edition of the remarkable festival. Let us all come together to celebrate responsibly, support our local talent, and continue building a legacy of unity and progress through music and culture. The Royal District Council will fully support the 9th edition of the Born and Raised Musical Festival, slated for the 20th December at Seroe Sports Complex Stadium. We would like to see the community of Seroe support Born and Raised through purchasing tickets. This is and sponsor it financially or kind such as France has done. Please, Born and Raised, I also thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you're looking forward to having an opportunity to ask a question or two to any one of our dignitaries that are here tonight. And I promise you that very shortly, I will be giving you that opportunity. It's just that we do have one or two more people to hear from before we continue into that segment of the program that you are waiting for very, very passionately. But allow me first to say thank you so much to Honorable Atamelang Taha. I can see why you were assigned to give us motivational remarks, sir. We certainly feel tremendously motivated. Well, allow me to share with you a little bit of insight on the next gentleman that you're going to hear from. It's my first time to meet him, It's my first time to learn of his name and his festival in my preparations for tonight. So I'm going to take an opportunity on behalf of you who might have shared this situation with me previously of needing to know a little bit more about him. He's a key figure in promoting African culture in Canada, and he serves as the Executive Director of Music Africa and the Artistic Director of Afrofest, which is Canada's largest free African music festival. And he's overseen the growth of this festival, which showcases African music, art, food, and dance through numerous stages. I have so much more that I wish to share with you about Peter, but perhaps we can see what to do about sharing more information with him on the various platforms that are on social media for Born and Raised. At this moment, I will make my way from the podium in honor of him, ladies and gentlemen, to share some insights from a global perspective on exactly what it is that we are brewing here. Please join me in welcoming at the podium, Mr. Peter Talk.
Thank you guys for having me here today. I would like to write on protocols that have already been established. I know it's customary for us to read the names of everybody that is, all the dignitaries that are here, but I would like to go home safely, and I know I will not be able to pronounce all your names. So please, I thank you guys for inviting me here. And first, I would like to say, why Botswana? Why did I decide to make this trip here? I must admit, my first time in Botswana was 3 years ago, and I stayed in Canada for 12 years without coming to Africa, working, you know how it is. And when I finally I came through Cameroon. Now I stopped in Cameroon, and you guys need to understand one thing. That Cameroon is my country, that I went to see my parents, and you guys need to understand one thing. The heat would make you repent. So, that's two things. If the heat doesn't take you out, it's the mosquitoes that will take you. I'm telling you, the mosquitoes are vicious. So, after spending 2 weeks there, it was a pleasure for me to come to an area where I was free and the heat was not that bad. I never had to experience. So every year I make sure that after I leave my country, I come here to spend a bit more time before I go back to Canada. And the other thing that I would like to say about Botswana is the spirit of Botswanans is something that I appreciate and I admire, and I wish that other African countries can copy. You see, last year when Botswana, when he won the gold medal, I told myself that, look, more gold medals are going to be won by Botswana because now somebody has shown them the way. And that is something that, okay, this is sport. Artists and athletes are a country's top ambassadors. Because if you go to America right now and you ask them, who is the president of Botswana, I don't think they'll be able to tell you. But if you ask the media guys who won the gold medal, they will tell you who did it. Yes. So when we talk of entrepreneurship and how art can impact an economy, we just need to see how the export of sport, what it is doing to Botswana right now, and how the globe is looking at Botswana and say, okay, for the next Olympic Games, which Botswanan artists are going to come out, and how are they going to perform on the global stage? The whole of Africa is now watching Botswana because of sport. Now, how can we change? How can we take that and put it on music? How can we nurture the Botswanan artists to enable them to get to a point where they are able to stand on a global stage and perform toe-to-toe with other top African artists? And that's why I came to Botswana. I've worked with Desmond Lunga, Hansi Invasion, and he told me about Born and Raised, and he actually told me while I was still in Canada, he said, look, you need to make sure that no matter what happens,
it's either you come for the event or you attend one of their press conferences. And I'm lucky enough that I'm able to make it here today.
Yeah.
You see, the connection that I'm hoping that AfroFest in Canada can have with Born and Raised and with the Botswana entertainment scene in general are three things, three programs that we're instituting that I'm hoping that can spur a movement. One is an exchange program. So what the government of Canada says is, look, we are going to support you to bring internationals from any country to come to Canada, so long as that country is willing to support. So take for instance, if I go to the government of Canada and tell them that, look, I have a team of Botswanan artists, or I have a team of Botswana music executives who would like to come, they can tell me that we would give you, I would say, hypothetical situation, we'll give you $10. But we have to make sure that their own investment matches what we're giving you. And so now it is up to how can we work together to make sure that if I'm able to go out and get some investment to get Botswanans in, how can now Botswana support to make sure that they actually come in? Because it's going to be a shame for me to go out, say, hey, can I get some support? They give me the support, and I come to Botswana and say, hey, can you guys support? And we don't get it. Which means the team from Botswana will not be able to come. Which means the effort that I put in is going to go to waste. And now, not only that, the next time I go to knock that door, it will not open. Because it will say, the first time you came to us, it never worked. Why should we pay more attention to you? The second program that we're trying to institute is, yes, we talk about music, but then short films and movies is what is actually pushing the music to go forward. So we're instituting an AfroFest movie side, in which we're looking for individuals who have either short films or movies that can showcase at the AfroFest Festival. And if once they're selected, either the producer of the movie or some of the key actors will be invited to showcase the movie at the festival. And the third thing is we're calling on music producers, artists, to collaborate with some of the artists, some of the Canadian artists. There's the festival on September 30th. As I said, your names are a bit interesting for me to pronounce, but we're bringing Canadian artists. A team of 6 Canadian artists are going to be in Botswana to perform alongside Botswanan artists. It's going to be an opportunity for some of the Botswanan artists to network with these their Canadian counterparts, see if there's any opportunity for them to collaborate on whatever project. And if such a project goes through, I will be able to now tell the Canadian government and say, look, this is what has come out from this collaboration. Can you guys support either a Canadian tour or a tour in Canada and in Africa of these artists? So here are the 3 things that I'm bringing forward, and I'm just hoping that the Botswanan community can take it and run with it. Thank you very much.
Re Peter To or le Jazzelle gore go diragalang ka go Canada o tsositse mogosi jang ka bontle le bodiragatsi jwa Aforika gone ka go Canada ka kwa le gore go tla go rotloetsa gore re tla sentle re tsamaela bone go ka maiteko a rona ka kwano mo Botswana raitso ke utla gore ya lo re maina rona a interesting go pronounce ke ipotsa gore ya lo tota wa botla thusia ke mang gore a go translate le se ke se bua ka maina go paletse paragraph ya Setswana yone wa go kgona yang ka itsa diaka mme hela I would highly recommend that you consider making yourself a friend in the country. That is usually the swiftest way to pick up translations of speeches in your honor by the MC and such. However, see me after class, Peter. I have many friends I can introduce you to. There are big promises made to me that side in Sorowe, so but I'll introduce you to them. So tonight has been an incredible press conference. My ladies and gentlemen and colleagues from the media fraternity will truly forgive me. This is one of the first press conferences where a good hour into the program, you still haven't had a chance to ask a question, but I know that you've got minimum 10 pages worth, or at least an hour and a half's worth of content to develop your news. And yes, indeed, we are fast approaching the moment where the microphone shall be in your hands. We traveled together through time tonight. We witnessed the sponsorship signing ceremony tonight. We even heard from an international pioneer doing big things in other countries. So I think we are good and ripe and ready to hear from yet another dignitary in the room tonight. He will forgive me in advance. I'm really trying to be friends with him, so I would not want to upset him, but he will forgive me in advance for inviting or humbly requesting his presence at the podium to share a word with us as we draw to the end of this program. We've heard from those who are representatives of the venue area, the community of Serowe. We've heard from those who are organizing the event. We've heard from leadership from a trade and entrepreneurship perspective. But I'm sure you and I can agree that the human condition cannot be free to have fun if we have not checked into our health. So how can I have the privilege of the presence of the Assistant Minister of Health in the room and not invite him to remind us to take care of ourselves and other things that he shall wish to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Lawrence Ookeditse.
Okay, well, thank you. No, I know the name. So I was just going to say thank you. And for having done what you just did, I'm going to translate what you said for Peter to hear what you said. And then you're in trouble. Ke le medise ba ga itse ga botse ga ke na go la nka la maina ka gore that's still killing me me have a kid email gore earlier. And it's been a beautiful evening for me, you know, at many levels. And the first level is that the pioneers of the music festival, the directors are boys that I grew up with, boys that I played football with. And Lance is worse because, you know, I'm a legendary midfielder and I played for the same team with him. So, trademark and signature go pass. And when you pass it, and I don't know how many times it scores. And you pass it in all sorts of ways, but I don't know how many times it scores. So I thought to come in and honor them. Huaba is also legendary with pigskin, but you know, I think as he's grown older, he's slowed down a bit. Scams. So it's basically, I just came in to come and support my friends from many years ago. But then, not just to support them and also to appreciate what they're doing. I think over the years, if you need a template of how to build a brand in Botswana, you don't need to go anywhere further than born and raised. It's a total example of how to build a brand. Not only build it from scratch, but then also how to keep revamping it, refreshing it, such that it stays relevant over the years. I think if you look at most events and festivals, their lifespan is about 5 years or thereabouts. But next year we're looking into an event that's going big and big and big and better, and it's going, you know, into 10th year. So Totahela, Kiseta was already brandy, Baratiwa at the Center. Me, Hadley. It is an event that is important to us all. It happens quite close to my constituency. And I just wanted to say to the people from my area, we are declaring, and the declaration is that we are all going to go to Serowe and support Boy Kuga maparazin de walo. We're not appealing Mazima 4,000. So that's just a side point. I just wanted to say The support you gave me is the support you're going to go to Born and Raised. And it's partly because Born and Raised is a big supporter and a big friend to the Makgadikhadi Challenge. So it's a sister brand, and all of these people here were at the horse race, so we're coming in to support them. Next year they're coming to support us. So that is how we do things. Me bahacho, keheletse ke le kope gore le paballo. E la hantsela tsamaya jana. Ke utile gore chairperson the equivalent ya mayor wa Sorowe. O se tsala itse gore le ba ba senang batho le ka tahela le ta bona batho mme ke kopa gore le hantle le bana batho le itlhokomele ke sa re le ska ba bona le ba bone le itlhokomele le ha le tsamaya za ka re tabela tsamaya ro le hatsi let us take care on the roads. Let us be safe and avoid a stampede. I know I've heard, and this is something that I fully support. I've heard the organizers say they're going to sell tickets online, and they're going to push to ensure that they don't sell tickets a week before the event. And I know they will worry and say, the point is, it is for safety. The event is quite grown, and Kaya will learn that thing. How on ticket you end up sometimes compromising the health and safety. It's easy to run a stampede. January is still a rush hour. So you go power balance easy. How on the way sign advance real. Probably roll alone for zero. Thank you so much, Jess, and I will revenge. There will be a time when I will call you somewhere and you will get to speak when you have not thought to speak. But I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Yeah, you see now, big things happen when you say yes to Born and Raised, eh? You get to shake Honorable Lawrence's hand. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all the moments from tonight. Well, if you're from the media fraternity, be you the conventional media, radio, television, newspapers, or our new age media representatives, your TikTokers, your Facebookers, your Instagrammers, your YouTubers, very, very shortly, in 2 minutes exactly, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. So please make sure that your microphones or your recorders are ready, your pens are ready, your papers are ready. Double check your questions. Don't forget to let us know which media house you represent, what your name is, before you share your question. However, just before we break into the Q&A segment of tonight's media cocktail and press conference, I wish to invite the BNR organizing team to take over the show. At this moment, we shall be receiving all of our speakers from tonight to receive tokens of appreciation. So every single distinguished speaker who has joined the program tonight will be received at the stage for a token of appreciation for their presence, for their contribution to today, for opening up the journey of the last 2 months before December 2025. So, Mr. DJ, this is your moment to give us a soundtrack. BNR organizing team, Kebakile mo na bong konne, go di ka dinetse ka kwano, re tle re go se bagolo, re ba leboge gore bo ba re Ookeditse mo letsatsing la gompieno mme fa re hetsa go ntsha dimpho tseo re tsena mo dipotsong le dikarabo. Ke a le leboga. Moeteledipele wa rona mo kgakolotse gore tota ka nako e khutshwane o ne a batlile thata gore a bulele sebaka sa gore babegakgang ba kgone go botsolosa dipotso jalo ka gonne ba romilwe go tswa ko ditirong tsa bone gore ba tle go botsa dipotso tseo. Our Assistant Minister of Trade and Entrepreneurship, in his capacity as our keynote speaker tonight, to receive a token of appreciation, and everyone else well-esteemed who shared the podium with him shall be receiving their tokens of appreciation at a slightly different time. Thank you for your understanding. Mathoothe, Team BNR, this is an opportunity for you to join us on the stage. It's really nice for the pictures. I know that my friends who are taking photos for media will appreciate that invitation. So I only want to go for giant BNR Thank you for your visionary leadership, Waba. I would have liked to say, everybody gets a gift. I'm feeling like Oprah tonight. So yeah, thanks for holding me in and saying, hey, Jazzy, time, TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, there is a roving mic that is hot and ready for you. Please raise your hand if you have a question or a comment. Do not forget to let us know which media house you are with before you share your question. And our panelists, thank you. Homolema, I think Homolema deserves first access to the microphone. She was the lady who blessed us with a word of prayer this evening. So let's all happen to winter make morning.
What is the sponsorship value for this year as third edition? Now to the Honorable Taha. The economic transformation that you have seen in your area since this incredible event have been there. It's on the economic side. And then to Rahaba. Since the online tickets, maybe on the 10th edition, maybe please have online check-ins. Thank you.
The sponsorship amount, which we were doing our level best to allude to as a way of trying to avoid mitigating or preventing other sponsors from coming on board with fundraising, is more than we did last year. And I will continue to allude to not giving you a number because I feel like a brand as big, an event as big as Born and Raised should not be defined, I'm going to say, by a number. But what I can promise you is our sponsorship of Born and Raised this year is more than we did last year. And if this relationship continues the way it's continuing, I believe we'll do even more in the coming years.
Thank you. I have a colleague here with me from Swa Township. He's born and raised in Serowe. He will answer the question that is.
Yeah, what I have covered ke molatedi wa Born and Raised mme gape ke ngwana a Serowe. Yeah, dikgwebo tse dipotana tse re di bonang di gola kwa ke tsa bommasapedi nako le nako ba le teng ba rekisa go ba go nna le bo taxman le bone tsatsi la teng ya ba bapala thata ka gore batho ba tlogela dikoloi tsa bone kgakala bogolo jang ba ba tsalwa mo Serowe for safety purposes ya ba palama di-taxi ga bo go nna le ba dijarata tse di gaufi le stadium Maloso a konyana le ha bo mokweng hale gona ga bona le bo transiting hale batho ba rekisa ba tlhokomela dikoloi tsa batho ba ba duedisa ba bona le tsenonyana so ba go kgwebo di a gola ka nako le ya born and raised. Not forgetting the guest houses. Let's one they are really fully booked. So I don't know what after the event or rest, you better book now. The Thank you. I guess I've answered your question.
Hape ke motlatsa le malapa teng ba bangwe ba camp so le go bua go santse re rotloetsa gore ba na ditang teng yaka campang ya le mokoto teng le data la mokoto ya le te pasa go go bona le go ba itse le bona batho ba tsholo ga to ba tsholo ga itse ya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chair, Kibidua Kolamona Kizako Independent Journal. Potami Kitla Lebahanya Council Chair, Lemo Parlamente. Sometimes as a driver, Wabon raised after event, it's a nightmare because Sepodisiano Sara Taget, Mapodisiano Basara Kamadiaro, Abu Hair. Hela house of eventing Honema Busbas. Hela Kevung Hela na Busbas Wemitzi. How has a Busbas Paro Heditze? Bapalapeva Wemitz. Minister, the council chair, who was a police by Kik. Barisa Malapi. Bares got the Barisa Malapi because the rules are my says as much as time in Ravi to Mela, but Rohela Hollywood folk. Thank you.
Honorable Minister and the Council Chair, Kibidoji Minister Koya FM. Nane ke botsa hela ka kgang ya traffic ba gaetsho. Traffic ga ena le safe kana go e kgona go simolola hela go mahala pe go itlhela go sego bona le mago mo mone ka ska ka kgona go goroga ile ga go tsamaya tsatsi le ba la tlhaba yo ke se so ha ke tse gore le manager ya traffic kana ya bile na ka di ba bangwe ba tsoga borone ba re ba Francis Town ba sa kgone go hita ya la gone ga between mahala pe phalape le ha o ya go ngoro a go ra. There's something that should be done ka traffic management le re sa re batho ba go khontsiwe ya ka re mona ga sa tsa go tshwaela ga ile gore re le moga gore this event it's a solution economy ya metsi e facilitate culture the small economy especially SMEs re rayang go baballa that economy. Secondly, onto tshwaela council chair ka khanya maroko go gwa bukiwa a gona le sengwe se ile gore council ya se dira. I know in South Africa government o tshwaragane le badiragatsi tourism e tshwaragane le badiragatsi so ha go nna le di-event tse di tona ya ka tse o tla bona gona le platform e leng gore maroko wa access go gongwe go ile gore batho ba ka tsena teng online ba itse gore maroko a se go ya o ka bona go bukete ba ile gore ga se ba go senyetsa ba bona kwa go duelwa jang online. Are we looking at such initiatives, especially how we work at the diversification of the economy?
Thank you. Maki Zebile Mohole. Ki me kisimula ka yone ya accommodation. Ki dumela gore gona ka mpi go reta gonna ha se le ba di organizer za BNR gore cancel ene le tsogana le mo le go godimo thata gore tsene tse mo do ba ka tsone ka gore le licensing di ka go rona ka botsinyana tse dingwe le ha ba tourism le bone ba re eteletse pele go leka gore re le tsela di guest house tsotlhe mo serwele mabapi re tere kgone go ithogana le ba ofisi ya rona ya PR gore re tere bona gore bone ba eteletse pele di guest house committee ya bone ya tsa tourism ko serwe ba ka ithulaganya jang le ba BNR gore tere kgone gore le sekala tsedi wa tere ga le duetse re be gore di duetse ko guest house re ta o dira jalo ke dimela gore mo kgweding e tang motho o bona pharologanya o sa tlo go tshwana le last year ka gore bone gore batho ba bantsi ba sokola mme ga re bua ka traffic kana ya traffic yone gantsinyana o ka lebella batswana ha gare ga kgwedinyana ha utheo ka re dikoloi di na butsananyana ke re be ka re spatchingana se ko pateng go se ma khokanyana mme kgwedi ya hela le mata ga le go lapeng o tsaya go koloi ne ntse tsa go tela go simola tsaya go le ke na mata ba bona le na o taba le na ke a ipharanyetsa rake o tswayana ke tswayana traffic e dinga gape di tsela tsa rona di a tlala ka di kalokana mme ke dumela gore go serwe gone every year ke tsore ka dira ya gore re ka go tsa traffic mme ga so se motho so ka sa akanya gore ka senyeletsa mo motsutsu ikile re go santse re goromenta ka nya gore go tana le tsela e nngwe tswang ka ha mokgware ka re dumela go e ta hedisa traffic ka gore ne gore ha o tsena mo mahalape go a go nna le tsela e telele thamalane e sa tsene ka phalape e tswa ka tsela hela e thamalane go se west ya go go mogatsapo e le gore e go tsa congestion ka A1 gore ba France Town ke bone ba thamalane lona ba le tsena ka so ba ba morapa le tsene yana le se kala etsa ba di ba sa ba khona go pha be le gore la ya lana government ya ba nna le mathata a le tsena la madi ga ra khona go ra le mo magongo traffic e tebentse le go botšhimo se se botlhokwa mo ka o le go tula bua ka mapodisi ne ke rata re kopanela ka gore le ntse le uta Minister of Health a sa le ba le ka gore la le ka bona la itumela le itshireletse ke re sa la ka nyo gore ka gore batho ba ngare itshiela ka gore bona re di la bosigo bote o itumetse why o sa tele mongwe wa tsala o itse gore ha itshie yare the following day ka gore le tsapa le kalo le tso sa robala o le sala o dina bosigo bote ka gore go le monate a no ta goroga go ya nteng a o ta goroga go ya nteng go le ga krate gore biene ara be gore an ka mose le ina ga kana bana ha ba tsala go ba sa bote go la ke go tse dikolo ke rata ere ga re tswa go re ithokometse aye re tle go ikarabela ja gore you don't drink and drive yo let's try compromise ka gore life come once ga o tsidiragetse le go tsaya mo diphatseng ha o ile o ile ya no ya ga ke rate ke compromise la nka ntsha ditalo tse tsotlhe yeo le anga ka compromise a re se ka ra kgweetsa re thietse thata yeo ke ema hela go ke ba tre dibadumo ka gore ba se polisi ke tshwanno ya lona ya bone gore ba le sireletse gore le se kala tsenya wa mo diphatseng le wena se ka tsena mo diphatseng ba o le emela gore ba ile go le emela gore le tse boikarabelo ya gore o kgwediwe ko se nya bana ba ke le tshosi mme la gore ba o dira yang ba o bona gore a o mo tshiamelo ha o la pile rest o bo thanyala o siame sente o bo tswa o tsamaya. I thank you.
I think the chairman Ookeditse Mela Senkasiwantore, we don't have to compromise the sanity. Ya batho ba le ha sala botswana and tshwanetse gore tote molao ka nako tse tsotlhe ro wa mele molao. One other thing e leng gore ka e lebella ke gore kana re na le di-taxi tse di leng teng ha o gore re ka go re tseng teng le ka buka taxi e be letsa e be isa e be ba e busa and ha le ira ya gape ta be le tling power the local people ba ba leng teng go gape bile mo gongwe gape mo gongwe fa o ira bona gore a ke ra itse gore mo ga borona go na le bo in drive. I think yaanong gone mo gore born and raised e be le mo leveleng e leng mo gone but born and raised e tsamaela go godimo thata, so e pusha some other sectors gore le tsone ba tlega go tshwana le tsone, and I think gone mo go encourage thata gore le batho ba ba ka kgona gore nya re teng re ka go thusa ra go drive. Ke ra gore let's take that responsibility ya gore a re batle gore government gore yaanong e thabolwe e be mo seemong se e leng gore ya gola e nna a dual road e leng gore gongwe the end go tla nna go ntse go tla go introducea le di-toll gates jalo gore re kgona gore kana ga e dirilwe e be nna di-toll gates gore go seroe ga o tsa mo seroe gore mashoro bopodile o bo tsena go mosetse, so we'll have those roads. Yaanong ke tsaya gore it's one of the things tse e leng gore born and raised ka ga e keep the level ka teng e ira gona gore jaanong le goromente a ba ka lebelela gore a re pusheng dilo tse dingwe. Ke tsaya gore that one goromente o e tshwaresente data e re thusa, mme hana le gone ko seroe re tata re nna a tshele chairman re lebelela le ditselanyana tse dingwe hela tse di tsamaya mo sekgwedi jaana gore a di ka seke di creatiwe ka nako eo gore se ka ra nna le access e le one hela, le gone gore a go nna le bothata mo le itse go na le some alternative roads di teng tse e leng gore ga di ka dirwa di ka kgona gore di hokotse bogolo jang show ya gompieno ya go nna le maikutlo a go godimo. Ba bangwe ba o hella ka gore ga o bona for in the loving memory of ATR batho ba go tsena go ga ba utlwa dipina tse di be di ba tsena mo pelong ke ba tshwarwa ke moya, so go a go nna thakathakano yaanong dilo tse tsotlhe gare di be di baakantse. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mathoothe. I think nothing comforts me more than anything by having our authorities here with us this evening to speak to issues that could be paining, could be thorny to you as those that attend born and raised. But the fact that they are here, we have brought Saroe to Gaborone to speak to issues that affect born and raised, and nothing comforts me and nothing gives me confidence than this conversation that we're having. Homelama, you talked about the online check-in. I think this was just a remark in terms of what we should happen going forward. Online tickets, of course, this is the direction in which we are moving. Somebody asked earlier about the economy, how born and raised impacts the economy. Born and raised impacts the economy quite positive. I think as a journalist, if you were to make random calls tomorrow to accommodation facilities in Saroe, you would understand that on the day where we are today, with about 3 months before the show, chances are you would hear of 50% occupancy already where we are. So this just gives you an idea of the economic impact that born and raised has. The Saroe Taxi Association, which is headed by Re Balobi, these are the people that we bring on board to make sure that we reduce the traffic congestion that happens from time to time in Saroe. Enforcement authorities, this being the Botswana Police Service, the BDF, Fire Department from the Council, the Ambulance Medical Team, these are teams that work with us. These are people that we engage with every now and then, months before the event, as a way of trying to see what we can do and how we can do it, where we can do it, to ensure that the safety of the attendants is at least satisfactory. Now, what I also like to share, Jidulisisa, you asked a question to do with traffic from as far as Mahalape all the way leading to Saroe, and I'm assuming from the northern part all the way to Saroe. This year, the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, what you'd call the NVA, they are happy to work with the Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association to see how we can come together to reduce traffic congestion on the A1. Kola You're talking about traffic Kosoro. Still an agriculture. Being the station commander. We engage extensively and tirelessly with these people to make sure that we try to find alternative routes that will lead to the stadium. What I can tell you, frankly speaking, there has been almost one way to the stadium Kosorowe. Born and Raised has invested quite a lot on about 3 access areas to the venue. This is why you also saw a year or 2 ago the opening of the second gate, Yago Stadium. These are pressures that we put on the authorities that be to see to it that can we open other avenues, be it traffic or routes leading to the stadium, alternatively exit or entrance areas into the stadium. But what gives me more than confidence the 9th edition going forward is that today's government, as you can see, they are more than happy to assist us in any way, shape or form to try open opportunities for the creative sector. And as you see them here today, this is an indication of their commitment to ensuring that as creatives in Botswana, they are creating an enabling environment so that we are able to thrive. So now I would like for us to put our hands together for today's government and tell you now, confidently, that going forward, the traffic and the madness that you have ever experienced at Born and Raised, it will be a lot easier this time around. And for that very reason, I think today's government needs a round of applause. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going once, going twice, going 3 times. This is your final opportunity to share your voice at today's media cocktail and press conference before we receive our closing remarks and break bread together. If you haven't had a chance to say anything, please raise your hand. A roving microphone will make its way to you. Otherwise, I'll take that as an indication that you and I are both ready to draw to an end of the official proceedings, so you and I can get to know each other a bit better off the record without my microphone in my hand. All right, well, congratulations to the BNR organizing team. Congratulations to Trans Cash and Carry. Thank you to both brands for making sure that we all have a little bit of the brand to take home. In fact, if you're holding your bucket hat, can you just do my friends in the media who are holding cameras a favor? Can you just raise and wave your hat and indicate that you have received the brand and you're taking it home with you tonight? And most of us will try our best to remember to wear it in December. Otherwise, we'll buy more merchandise as soon as we know where it's available. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, guys. Honestly, at this point, I think it's prime time for me to invite our closing speaker for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please receive at the podium, if he will, delivering the vote of thanks from the Secretariat of BEPA, that is the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Vince Musimanewakang Armukhorosi.
Bakgetso go tiro e se wetse tla ke tsamela bakgetso ke no le ko fientse, so you understand se mo se le mo go sona tsamela sa lo ka thakela ke no go office so ke ale mo bakgetso madume go baeng ba ba hapegileng tota hela madume a salahi ba kantele sa me ke tshwaelo le go leboga tiro e sa tleng re dirile mo tsatsing la gompieno mo phirimaneng ya gompieno, mme pele ga ke garela letsatsi la gompieno keletso ya me mo basimoloding le batlhaming ba Born and Raised le ba rotloetsi ba yone e boeng trans le ba re sa kgona go ba nankola mo tsatsing la gompieno ke gore Born and Raised should be franchised. Ngwaga e tlang re tsena mo legatong la bo 10, Born and Raised should be hosted ko Moshaneng, should be hosted ko Maung, should be hosted ko Pikwe, because he's born and raised essentially. Ibu ya ko tsotse bilo ko disetse ko kae ha se even tasa no ke batla go dumela ya
ta go la ke ba ngwato
mme ba ketso ra lebogela thotloetso ya trans se trans se dirile ke tla bua Setswana ka gore ke Motswana ebile ke dumela gore ba rotloetsi le balatedi ba Born and Raised ke Batswana mme gape re sa kgapele ko thoko ba ileng gore ke Batswakwa ba bona mosola le motlhala wa Born and Raised. Trans le bangwe ba the private sector or the corporate entity ba le dumela mo ditorong me ile ha Born and Raised e kokota ko mojakong wa lona lwa ba amogela lwa ba utlwa lwa ba reetsa mme la tsa tshwetso ya gore for all good intents and purposes, for all the risk there is, le dumela mo se ba buang so la tsa tshwetso ya gore le tla aga le tla gola ebile le tla tsamaya le bone e le molaetsa e leng gore ke o romella the private sector ya Botswana gore se trans se dirileng ke se le lona lo ka se dirang re le lekgotlana la Botswana Entertainment Promoters Association re dumela gore se Born and Raised e se dirileng go tsaetswa la e se dirang ke se re se eletsang bangwe ba leloko la rona ba bepa meano re e re le ntse lo tlhatlhosa Born and Raised ga ba bangwe ba kokota ko kgorong ya lona lo ba reetse ba ge tsora le boga re letsa Born and Raised matlhogonolo otlhe le masego a molemo le I'm drawn to speak English, but I'll stick to Setswana. Born and Raised se le se dirang lo tlhama ditiro lo godisa bojalwa jwa Botswana ebile gape lo godisa serutumo sa bodiragatsi mo Botswana. Meano lenyalo la lona le trans le ba ileng gore ga ra ba nang kola mo tsatsing la gompieno ke le tswa rona ke gore a lenyalo le gole le tie le kitlane le bo le supetse puso gore bodiragatsi bo na le mosola bodiragatsi bo na le itshetlelo bodiragatsi bo ka tlhama mebereko bodiragatsi bo ka hetola matshelo a Batswana ba le bantsi yaanong puso ya ka ile ga re Ookeditse the Assistant Minister of Entrepreneurship boeteledipele jwa serui ya ka bo sa tsogonang kolo ba gaetso go lomoga maitiso go lomoga di-events ga se it's not by the way type of thing. It's actual entrepreneurship. So, bolenteng jwa lona mo phirimaring eno ga se maitamako hela ke go supa gore lona le rona lo reeletsa masego le matlhogonolo lo reeletsa botshelo jo bo hategileng ebile gape lo eletsa gore tiro e re patakanetseng le Born and Raised e atlega meano ga ke batle go tsaya nako e ntsi ga ke batle go senya nako ga ke batle go senya se sentle se se simolotsweng maitsebeng a gompieno ke re bagaetso a nne boroko mme nne boroko jo e leng gore ka moso lo tla hitlisa maduo a botoka a itekanetseng trans ke tswa ko Moshaneng re na le setsha se se hapegileng ga ile gore lo ikela go bula trans kana lo batla ditsha tse ile gore lo ka expanda your business mo shaneng ka ga maketse kgaolo ya kanye re na le setsha ko re ka lo amogela ra lo hasetsa ke tla buisa le kgosi ka mmane gore nna le transfer tse tshwetso ya gore trans ya bula ko moshaneng mela go ntse ya born and raised le lona ra lo amogela ko moshaneng gore by the time you decide gore lo franchise this entity re tla simola pele ka moshaneng ba gaetso a re go ja dijo tse di itumedisang mo nakong ya bobedi ya ka re tswala thulaganyo ye mme batswala ba etso ko lo leng teng born and raised ke moria wa rona a re tsamaye re serowe a re tsamaye re go ba rotloetsa a re tsamaye re go godisa bojanala jwa serowe ya ka re tla ba re ithulaganya go expand this product across the country ke a leboga bakwena ba gaetso. Thank you.